Well, hey guys, it's Retro Dad. I want to show you guys a couple of pickups today and a couple weeks ago. And we'll talk about that and more after this. If you want more gaming and collecting content, don't forget to subscribe to stay in the know. Well, today I actually used OfferUp. I haven't used that app in a long time. And I felt like a couple years ago, like 4 or 6 years ago, I used to do OfferUp all the time. So it felt kind of nostalgic in some ways. Well, today I picked up something I used to have in the collection. The Virtual Boy.
It came from the third dimension with its own brain, its own voice, its own legs. There's only one problem. It needs your eyes. Virtual Boy. See it now in 3D.
So this is the second one I've owned. The previous one I owned was complete in the box or almost complete in the box. Here's the thing. I had to repair this unit. This eye actually went bad. It had a bunch of scan lines. Now my old one, didn't have to worry about that, but it actually is pretty common. It's a really easy fix. I actually had to resolder part of it, and now the lenses work great.
Virtual Boy, a 3D game for a 3D world. Wanna play?
The Virtual Boy is Nintendo's obscure system. It's very niche among niche. It's considered a failure. Nintendo's failure is one of the few they've had when it comes to consoles, especially handheld consoles. Is it handheld? Kind of. The nickname of the Virtual Boy before being officially released was VR32. Nintendo Power Issue 67 discussed an upcoming VR system. Exciting! The Virtual Boy was released in North America during the summer of 1995. Nintendo Power Issue 75 celebrated the system and discusses a few games. The Virtual Boy is a 32-bit system. It was developed by Nintendo's Research and Development 1. That same team that developed Donkey Kong and Game Boy and several others. It uses stereoscopic 3D effects to give the illusion of depth. The games are displayed in a red monochrome display. Too bad it wasn't in color, but it was probably due to cost. In 1985, Nintendo's Virtual Boys retailed $180, give or take. It was quickly marked down after disappointing sales. In fact, it was marked down several times. Virtual Boy was launched with only 4 games: Galactic Pinball, Mario Tennis, Tellero Boxer, and Red Alarm. The Virtual Boy was discontinued barely a year after its launch in 1996. Depending on sources, under 1 million units were sold, and I believe that's worldwide. Only 14 games were released in North America, Tetris 3D being the last officially produced game, coming out in 1996. Surprisingly, only 2 games were released in 1996, Nestor's Funky Bowling and Tetris 3D. Unfortunately, the 3D effects don't work that well in certain games. Virtual Boy's Wario Land does a decent job at the effect of 3D. That's probably why it's the best game on the system. Plus, it's just a really fun game. Most games, it was just a gimmick. Today, the Virtual Boy's limited library is hard to get and expensive. Mario Tennis is the most common game since it was released with the actual system. It's usually retailed loose for around $20. The most rare and expensive Virtual Boy game in North America is Jack Brothers. Loose is around about $900. Complete can fetch higher than $1,900. In recent years, that once titled VR32 has gotten new life with homebrews being produced for the system. The cart goes in there. There's speakers here and speakers here. My old one was looking a lot better, but you'll find a lot of these missing. You can replace this whole thing. I've seen replacements for them. You can adapt how you want the focus. I'm not going to mess with it. I like where it's at. And the depth of field here. This is funky. I can understand why some people have so many problems recording this. There's that eye and this eye. That eye had all these scan lines, like gel lines. It was really bad, so I had to repair this eye. It's really easy. There's tutorials how to do it online. Here's the headphone jack. You can use headphones with it or new volume. This is what the carts look like. I haven't cleaned everything in the back, so forgive the ugliness. This says Virtual Boy here. I love the look of this system. It screams 90s. The 3D effect actually works really good in this one. That's how you turn the system on and off. It takes 6 AA batteries. It's a beast. That's why getting the other power supply is so much better, but it's pretty expensive now. Connects to the console. It's a system not very people have played and not very people have owned.
He had the moves, the punches, the fire. But there was one thing he would never have: a way out.
These have gone up quite a bit in value, and these are just becoming harder and harder to find.
Virtual Boy, a 3D game for a 3D world. Wanna play?
The games have gone up quite a bit as well. You know, I got the manual for Mario Tennis, and I have Wario Land. Probably the best Virtual Boy game on the system.
He's the epitome of evil. And he's on the prowl in the third dimension. It's Wario. The diabolical one has gone 3D, where evil runs deep and danger comes out of nowhere in the most incredible adventure ever seen on Virtual Boy. It's Wario Land, a 3D game for a 3D world.
Wait till they get a load of me!
I've kind of been going after the Sega Genesis lately. I don't have accurate numbers on my 2017 collection due to a filing error. So dozens of games that I know I've owned, I'm always like, did I own that? At what time period? So some of these are repeats I had in my old collection that I've been wanting to get again. Some of them were new. Well, I picked up the arcade beat 'em up Two Crude Dudes. I'll talk about this later on in a beat 'em ups video, which I'm hoping I get done this summer. Gunstar Heroes. My old one was completed. This is just the box and the cart. Cheeky Cheeky Boys, another arcade game. I'm going to talk about this in a review in a few. I'm going to be doing some reviews pretty soon. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this again. Alicia Dragoon, a game that complete in the box goes for about $200. Well, this does not have the manual, but the cart and the box art looks great. A great Sega Genesis game, one I've been wanting to get again in the collection.
I also picked up Outrun for the Sega Genesis. 1986 arcade hit comes to the home console in 1991. It even has that arcade humor where the girlfriend will yell at you if you get in an accident. Outrun is a lot of fun. I contemplated about picking up the arcade 1-up version, but I am glad I got the Sega Genesis one instead. Outrun is not only a classic, it's still a lot of fun.
One Super Nintendo game I've been trying to hunt down, and it's gone up a lot since I wanted to get it a couple of years ago. When I first wanted to get it, it was about $20, $25 if I remember correctly, or maybe it was like 20. And I was like, I don't want to spend that much on that. And I wish I did, because now the game is about $70 to $80. I didn't spend that much, but I got Looney Tunes B-Ball. This is a very,
I don't want to use the word obscure.
it's kind of an obscure game. Not very many people have owned it or played it. It's a lot of fun. I guess you can kind of consider it NBA Jam-ish. It's pretty challenging, but you can play, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, and other characters that each have their own pros and cons. You can get these gems, and for like cents, you can do like kind of specials. You have kind of like this spin and grab or spin toss to grab the ball from someone. This is a really interesting game.
Update.
I also got the Virtual Boy box. The serial numbers might not match, but it is complete. And it actually came with a Mario Tennis Virtual Boy manual. And here's the back of the box. Now this is kind of interesting. It says Wario Cruise instead of Wario Land.
This is a cheaper route getting the console loose and then picking up the box and inserts.
Crazy how much a complete in the box Virtual Boy goes for now.
One more update.
Unfortunately, this eye is going bad, so now I have to repair that as well. Starting to get a little of those jail lines. I should have fixed both of them when I could, but I just wanted to hurry up and make sure it was working, and I should have just done both. This guy wanted to show you some things I picked up, some Sega Genesis games. I got the Virtual Boy again. I don't know how many games I'm going to get for this. At one time, I wanted to get a complete set, and it was manageable at one time, with Jack Brothers being like $300 complete at one time. But now it's about $2,000 complete, or $1,000 loose, and I don't want to spend that on Jack Brothers. But there are other games on here, Red Alarm, the baseball game, which is not very much. So I don't know how much I'm going to build up on this. I'm just glad to have this in the collection. It's one of the regrets I had that I sold this for NES games. I kind of just should have waited, and I really don't sell anything except for my duplicates anymore. Well guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great weekend or a great week, and have fun, go game, and I will see you later. Don't mind me, I'm going to do some virtual reality.